Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today we are going to be looking at a puzzle by Die Hard, who's new to the channel. Very welcome, and that's a great name. That's just my opinion. And the puzzle is called Temperature Inversion. Now, when this came through, the thermometers, which don't all look like thermometers, you will agree, look nothing like thermometers. They look like between lines, and I was going to play it that way, but in the end I'm too much of a stickler for the things that we do, which is a lead-in to mentioning that we will be putting out fairly soon, and I've claimed this before, but I claim it again, a guide on how to format your submissions if you're sending in puzzles to us. We get an awful lot of puzzles every day, and the ones that have the greatest chance of getting through have certain features about them, and it's worth sharing those with you. So I will be mentioning that soon. And I'm talking about layout and rule wording and things like that mostly, although not entirely. So that's coming up at some point. Now, out already, today, Friday's Crossword Masterclass is by me rather than Simon. Do check it out. Just having a look at today's Times crossword, which was very good. We've also, of course, on Patreon got the monthly club special, which is unbelievably hard. Nobody is expecting you to solve any single clue in that, but you can watch my battle with it if you want. In apps, we've got our Gas 2 app. I'm still not sure if it's out on Steam yet, which is lagging behind the App Store and Google Play, where Gas 2 is out. If you go to the CTC app, refresh it, you will be able to get Gas 2 now, and it's 30 puzzles to start with. It's going to build up to 60. I think each month there's another 10 coming out, so do check that out. And they're really good puzzles by Bill, Clover and Philip. Well worth doing. Genuinely approachable sudoku. That's what GAS stands for. Now, Die Hard doesn't rate this puzzle as extremely hard, despite his name, so that might be true or it might be not, but yeah, well, I don't know. I'm hoping it's not, but we'll see. It might be hard for me and not hard for you. Give it a try on the link under the video, where you will also find links to those apps, to our merch, to Patreon, to all the things associated with the channel, the Discord site, the catalogue of our puzzles, etc., etc. But the first link is to temperature inversion. I'm going to go through the rules now. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so we're going to be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Digits on the marked diagonal must not repeat. Okay, we have one diagonal. That's a set of the digits 1 to 9. Digits separated by a king's move must not repeat. So you can't have the same digits there, sometimes called no-touch Sudoku, which I'll probably need to remind myself of with the UK Sudoku Championship on the very near horizon now. But it means you couldn't put 2 6s there because they're a king's move apart in chess. And that is the sort of constraint I'm liable to forget as we go on, so keep shouting it at the screen if I do stop remembering. The grid contains a number of bidirectional thermometers, i.e. digits must increase from the bulb end, but the bulb end is not known, so there's a bulb either here or here, and digits increase either one way or the other. Each thermometer contains either all odd or all even digits. Well, that's an important rule. The blue and the red thermometers are special. Firstly, the position of their bulbs are known and shown and are coloured. Secondly, the blue bulb is colder than the red bulb, i.e. it contains a lower digit. So that is a lower digit than that. Thirdly, the blue thermometer is colder than the red thermometer, i.e. the sum of its digits is lower. So the sum of those is lower than the sum of those. That's a lot of specific rules about 2 thermometers, but I suspect they're going to be very important. Do give it a try. As I say, I am going to start now with no further ado. Let's get cracking. So this rule, the rule that struck me as the most important is that each thermometer either contains all odd or all even digits. And then I think we've got to be looking at boxes 1 and 9, which have every cell on a thermo or on the on the diagonal. Now, right, if these are all, okay, say they were all even, well, there's only 4 even digits. It would have to be 2, 4, 6, 8. If they were all odd, the lowest this could be is 3, 3, 5, 7, 9. So that is 1, 2, or 3. Same here, but what did we learn? That the blue bulb is colder than the red bulb. So if red can only be 1, 2, or 3, then that's 2 or 3, and blue is 1 or 2, I reckon. Now, the colouring provided is not necessarily very helpful, because I want to parity colour the grid, but it might be tricky. Okay, so actually let's good lift these thermos as far as we can. So you've got to jump up at least 2 every time because of the either all odd or all even rule. So that's 3, 4, or 5. That's 5, 6, or 7. That's 7, 8, or 9. Up here, there's only 2 possibilities. So maybe this is where we start. Not 4 or 5, 6 or 7, 8 or 9, I reckon. This is either 2, 4, 6, 8 or 3, 5, 7, 9. Right. And this is going to be a different parity from this, because there are 3 of those cells of 1 parity in the box and 3 of those cells all of the same parity in the box. They can't be the same parity as these 3. So let's give these a green tinge and these a purple. Wow, what happened to green together with red? It became a sort of yellowy brown mix, ochre or sand or something. Oh, so these 3 cells. Okay, here's a nice question. Where does this digit go? Yeah, where does this digit go in box 1? That is quite a nice question because of its parity. It obviously doesn't go on its own thermo. It doesn't go in these cells because they're of a different parity. So it must go in one of those 2. And the same must be true of this digit, because I think we've got the same parity considerations here. Maybe I should be trying to eliminate... Oh, hang on. This is a 5-cell thermo. Well, with the odd even rule, that is obviously 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, that wasn't obvious to me. I have understood it now. So you get... It either goes 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 that way or the other way. You've got 3, 7 pair here. You've got a 1, 9 pair here. There's something going on here. What's going on? Right, I'm going to mark these as different colours too. I don't know what... which is odd and which is even, but again, because there's 3 of one and 3 of the other. Oh look, there's going to be 2, yeah, there's 3 odd and 3 even in those cells, so these are going to have 2 odd and 1 even. Up here, 2 odd and 1 even. Right, on the diagonal now, that's 4 odd, 2 even. This section has to have 2 even and 1 odd. Well, the odd is clearly 5, so those are even. Right, let's just colour those orange. These are even. Oh, hang on. Right, here's another thought that's quite big, I think. Maybe not, but anyway. Whether this is even or this, one of them is. Now, whichever one it is, the 4 and the 6 are in the middle cells. They're either there or here, because this is either 2, 4, 6, 8 that way or 2, 4, 6, 8 the other. So, well, I don't know. But I do know they're not on the line, and that's true here as well, where either this is even or that's even, and the 4, 6 are definitely in the box. So 4, 6 can't be here, 4, 6 can't be here, 4, 6 must be in the central box. King's move, I'd forgotten that. It may not have been relevant yet, but I've just remembered it now, and I want to bear it in mind. What I might need to eliminate is the possibility that these are the same parity, which I was going to say it would require them to be 3, 1, but actually no, they could both be 2s. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that's a hard thing to eliminate. There's not just one possibility to eliminate, there's 2. Now, if that's a 1, we get a 9 on this end of the line. So we know which way round the line goes. We get a 1 there. Maybe I need to think about these lines, which are now either 2, 4, 6, 8 or the other odd digits apart from these ones. Oh, there's just one bit of uncertainty about everything in the puzzle. Okay, I just need to think a bit more clearly. Sorry, let's ponder this carefully. Whatever that digit is goes here. And whatever that digit is goes here. I like that deduction. That seems interesting. Oh, and we've got this rule that I have been ignoring about the blue thermometer is colder than the red. Right. We've got 5, 4, 6 on the diagonal. We need to put all of the other extreme digits on the diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, that's weird. Okay, where's 1 going to go? Don't know. Or do I? I do know something about it. Oh, hang on. There's more that I can do. Right. If that's even, say that's even, then it's a 2. Then 2 goes in one of those cells. But then, this is 4, 6, 8. This, I don't know. No, yes, okay, that's good. Right. If that's even, that's an 8. There's no 8 on the line. There's an 8 on this line. And then that is not even. If this is even, the same is going to apply. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. There's no 8 on that bit of the line. There's an 8 on that bit of the line. And this is not even. And in fact, in either case, 8 is going to have to end up in one of these cells. Because if you put... Oh, is that right? No, not if... No, both of these can't be odd. Both of these can't be odd, I think. Because either 7 or 9 would be repeated in them. You'd have to have either a 7 or a 9 in those cells. You'd definitely have them both in those cells. And then you couldn't put both 7 and 9 on the line. Right, these are not both odd. And they're not both even, because then you can't put 8 on the line. So one is odd and one is even. Right, so that is a different colour. So I can make this yellow into purple. I can make this red into green. I feel like this is something. I don't know which is which, but I do know which is different. Now, I also know that 8 is not going to be in any of these cells, although one of those groups is even. So 8 must appear in at least one of, well, in only one of those 2 cells. Oh, I don't know if this helps at all. What am I not thinking about here? Something. I mean, you could bifurcate to a solution very quickly in this puzzle. Ooh, hang on. If that's a 3, that sees this cell. Oh, that's interesting. If that's a 3, this is 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. Ah, if that's a 3, this becomes a 7, that becomes a 1, this becomes a 2. Actually, I knew that anyway, because one is odd and one is even. So that doesn't actually advance me. Numpty. Right, this other green rule. I don't think this can be a 5. Yes, that's right now. I mean, this may not be a big advance, but if it was a 5, this would go 5, 7, 9, which adds up to 21. And this would be 2, 4, 6, 8, which only adds up to 20. You haven't even added in that cell. I wonder if this can be a 7. I have a feeling it can't. If that's a 7, the minimum total for this thermo is 7 and 9, 16, 3 and 1 is 20, which would be exactly the same as this thermo, but it has to be colder, it has to be less. So that's not a 7. I don't feel I've advanced at all here. I'm feeling awfully dense about. These are clearly from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can't be from any higher or lower. Well, that's interesting. If that was a 7, that would be a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 set. You'd have 3 digits from 1, 2, 8, 9 here. And then 3 and 7 would have to go here, which they can't possibly do because either one of them will be needed there if that's odd, or 7 will be needed there if that's odd. So that's not 7. This is a weird way of going about it. I don't think it's probably helpful, but... Now, if this is even, 2, 4, 6, 8, that's interesting. If it's even, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. If it's odd, we know it's 1, 3, 5, 9. And then 4, 6 would be here, and that would be 2 or 8. Right, if this is odd, it's 1, 3, 5, 9. Trying not to forget the King's Move rule in case it helps. But it's 1, 3, 5, 9. This is 4, 6, and this is 2, 8. So we've had 3, 5, 9 and 4, 6, and either 2 or 8. So 1 and 7 are getting used there. That would mean that 1 has to be here, because it couldn't be on the diagonal. And 7 would have to be here, because it couldn't be on the diagonal. And this would be 9. And it seems like that works. Oh, here's another thought that I hadn't had yet. These cells are odd, because one of these is even, and its place in the box it's next to, can't be there. It must be in one of these two cells. It also can't be on its own thermo or the other parity thermo. So whichever one of those is even is there, but this is a group of 3 cells that only includes one even, so that's odd. And the same is true about this. And they can't be 1 or 9 because they appear at each end of the crossing thermo. They also can't be 5, which is on the thermo. So that's a 3-7 pair. This is where 3 and 7 go. Now, if that's 3, this has to be a 2. Then this would be odd and 3 wouldn't be on it. That would be a 5-7 pair. This seems quite pressured for this to be 3. Of course, if that's 3, that's a 4. So whichever one is a 3, the odd cell, the odd thermo in its box has to have 5 and 7 on as its middling digits. So whichever one is a 3, the 7 is with it on the thermo, on the diagonal line, along with an even digit that comes from there, either 2 or 8. Oh, it's nearly coming together, but it's not quite. I'm not looking at the right thing here. What am I getting wrong? I haven't got anything wrong. What am I not seeing? That's the question. Come on, let's figure it out. There must be some way of breaking through this. Haven't quite done the break-in. That's the point. This is colder than that, so I bet that's a 3. If this was a 2, we'd have 2, 4, 6, 8 here. That would be a 1, and we'd be going 3, 5, 9. So we'd have 3, 5, 9, 7, 4, 6. These would be 1, 2, 8. That would become a 1. This would have to be a 9 because it would see all of 3, 5, 7 there. So I think that's true here as well. If this is odd, because there's a 9 there, that odd, I don't know. Yes, it will. It would see all of 3, 5, 7 here. It's slightly different, but one of those is 8 and one of them is 9. Ah, and that means this can't be 9. Wow, that's really elegant. Okay, I'm just going to go through the logic again. If this is odd, then this is even. We've got 4, 6, 8 there. Here we must have 3, 5 and 7 and they all see that cell. Oh, it could be 1. Oh, you beastie. I was assuming it was the high end. Oh, bother bobbins blast. Might be the low end. Okay, I nearly took something for granted there. That was very dangerous. Right, if that was a 1, then this is, I don't know, this is a 3, 5, 7 triple. 2, 4, 6, 8. That would have to be a 9. So these interior cells, these are either 1 or 9 as well. Because if they're odd, well, if they're odd, they're 1 or 9. If they're even, they're 2 or 8. Now, where's 2 on the line? One of these is a 2, and that's putting 2 on, yeah, on one end of the diagonal. So it's not on the other end of the diagonal. And if that's 2, this is even, and then 2 is going to have to be here. So one of these two is a 2. Oh, that's interesting. Well, okay, I knew that before in a way. That's why those are 8s. But it does mean that can't be 6 and that can't be 4. Because if these are even, they go 4, 6 in that direction. It does mean also this can't be 8 and that can't be 8. And that can't be 6 and that can't be 4. If this is even, it goes 2, 4, 6, 8 with the 8 on the outside. But my whole beautiful conclusion of an 8-9 pair there meant that's a 1 is blown apart because this could be an 8-1 pair. And that would then be 9, which is the opposite. Right, what happens if that's a 1? Then this is a 2 and that's a 3. Now, does something go wrong here? I have a feeling something might. If that's a 1, that's a 2, and that's 3, that's 7, so that's 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3. This is odd, that's a 5, 7 pair. I can't see it. This is so strange. Something about the king's move then? These thermos that I keep on not approaching. Oh, I need a breakthrough here. This is not going quickly. I was so pleased to prove those were odd, and then to find they were a 3-7 pair seemed exceptionally significant. Ah. Oh, it is, and it's totally obvious. If that's 3 or 7, this can't go 3, 5, 7, 9. It's totally obvious, right? Because that would have a 3 there and a 7 there, and this would have no fill. So this is a 2, this is even. Right, green, let's do it this way. Green is even and is blue. Purple is odd and is orange. Now, that is a 2. Yeah, 4, 6, 8. Now, oh, I mean, this is going to just go now, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 8. With all the work I've done in advance, it's gonna change the game quite considerably. Those don't have any even cells in, so okay, I don't know which way that goes, but I think I'm going to find out in a moment from here. This is a 9. Oh, now I've got to apply the rules about blue and red thermos, if I can remember what colour blue and red were. Let's just take the colours out of there so I can. Oh, look, blue thermo has gone orange. That's unhelpful. But anyway, these are 5, 3, 1. No, I don't have to remember the rules because I did that earlier. So I can send it back to being orange. Okay, this is a 7. That's a 3. Now we know this is a 5, 7 pair. Actually, I still don't know the order, but down here I've got 1 and 8. Those are the numbers. So up here, this is 2 and 9. Now I know the order of this thermo. 1 there, 5, 7, 9. That makes this a 1, so it was an 8, 9 pair. I could have gone with that false conclusion, but I would have got a lot of, not hate mail, but people pointing out it was the wrong conclusion. Right, now what is going on here then? This is either 2, 4, 6, 8, which would have to start here, because otherwise 2, 4 would clash there. So if it's 2, 4, 6, 8, it goes like that. If it's a 3, 5, 7, 9 odd one, then it has to start this end. Can't see that either of those are impossible. This one is, oh well, let's maybe just do sudoku. This is 2, 3 or 5 by sudoku. It can't be 5 because you wouldn't get a thermo out of that. So it can't be 3 either. Oh, that's good. So this one's done. If it was 3, this would have to go 3, 5, 7, 9, and you'd clash on 9. So that's a 2. So, I mean, I don't know if it's worth keeping up the colouring. Might do it. That 8 looks into the corner. I can't see that has finished off this, surprisingly, but the 2 will. The 2 looks into the other corner. We get a 9. Carrying on colouring just for you. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's even as well, possibly unsurprisingly. Now we've got some sudoku to do. So, and let's not forget the king's move. That's a naked 1. It sees all the other digits. That's a 4, 6 pair. They're even. That's odd. 3, 5 and 7 here. Well, 5 can't be there, so it's in one of those two. This, I don't think that was quite susceptible to being done. Nor this. Maybe this is, yes, that's a naked 9, bit of symmetry going on here. That's another 4, 6 pair. So these 4, 6 pairs are going to resolve either by sudoku or king's move, doesn't really matter. That 1 sees both of those cells. So, oh, look, that 2 and 9 see both of those, I think. That 2 sees that by king's move and that by sudoku. That one the other way round. So 2, 9 are a pair here. This is a 1, 8 pair. Is there anything obvious? That's 3 or 7. Be nice to get a 3. So's that. I bet one of them will be a 3 in the corner. Oh, let's use these remaining thermos, maybe. 8, 2, 7, 9, 6. Right. These have to be of the same parity because they're on the same thermo. They can't both be blue or we'd have 5 blues in the column. So they're orange. That's orange. Same applies over here. Orange and orange. We've coloured all the cells on the thermos. Now, do we know what the numbers are? They are from 1, 3 and 5 because they can't be 9 or 7. But they've got to have an odd digit between them. So that's 1, 5 and that's 3. And actually the king's move rule tells me which way round they go. Both sides. That 3 puts a 7 in the corner there. This side they are 5 and 9. I know the order this time. Oh, I'm there. 5 and 9 with a 7 in between. That gives us a 3 in the corner. Losing its religion. Trying to keep up with you. Okay, so we've got 6 and 7 in this column. With a 5 there. They're both odd. Carrying on with the shading for reasons I don't quite understand for myself. This is a 3, 8 pair. King's move? No, doesn't do them. Let's keep on going. That's a 4. That's a 3. This is 5. 7 and 2 here. I can do those this side. 6 and 8 over here. So let's keep bluing and oranging what we can. Probably missing something that I can unwind there. Right, I've got a 1, 5, 7 triple at the top. They're all odd. I've got 3, 8, 9 here. Down at the bottom I've got 3, 5, 9. They're all odd. Look at the lovely symmetry. 1, 2, 7 here. Now, this isn't 7. How are we going to finish this? That's, look, that cell sees 3 there and 5 on the king's move. So that's a 9. Yes, this is 1. Oh, how can I not do that 5, 7 pair in the same way? That's strange. The symmetry breaks. 2, using the king's move, 7 and 1. And they can get coloured as well. That 2 looks into the central box, which is nice. 9, 2. That's going to do all these evens on the edge because I get to do the evens in the centre. That's how. 6, 8, 1. I must have been missing the help of a 3. I was missing that 3 operating on that pair for the worst long time. There we go. Those are orange. Those are blue. Oh, we're nearly there now. The 4 and the 6, I can use those and either the king's move or regular sudoku as expected. 6, 4. I suspect this puzzle should not have taken me half an hour, but there we are. Sometimes that it happens, and well done if you've done it quicker. But I bet if you did, you didn't colour it all. There we go. That is lovely. That's a very clever puzzle by Die Hard. Now, I'm just going to check through that I haven't disobeyed any of the rules on the thermos. I haven't checked the special rules yet. No, they look all right. The diagonal looks all right. Now, the 3 rules on the thermo, we know the bulbs. The blue bulb is colder than the red bulb. Now, what colour were they originally? Let's just check this out. So the blue bulb 1 is lower than the red bulb, yes. And the blue thermometer, which adds up to 18, is lower than the red one, which adds up to 20. All good. Okay, there we are. That's temperature inversion by Die Hard. Thank you so much for watching. As always on the channel, it's an absolute pleasure to have your company. We know there are so many things you could do, and people are so nice to us. We appreciate it a lot. And I will see you soon. Catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.